Yo, 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 we are back with another video. And today we are doing a 2K25 grading. We are doing a year in review. We are giving 2K a grade. Of course, it's a scale from A to F. And there's a lot of things to unpack for 2K25. And in order to give it a fair rating, I'm just going to list a couple of them and just go through the mode and really dive deep into it and then analyze how this game fared against any other 2K. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys like the video up, subscribe if you're new, and turn on notifications as we will continue to make 2K content from here on out as we approach the 2K26 Myteam cycle. So, in my opinion, 2K25 had a lot of potential. Now, there was a lot of ideas that came to this game that were new, a lot of ideas that were implemented and maybe not delivered all the way, but overall, unlike popular belief, I thought the game was pretty decent. Okay, we start with the season pass. Now, they continued this through 2K24 and they kept it in 2K25 as well. Of course, you have your free to play progression at the bottom, and then up top is your wallet warriors. You still get the same card in the end, but you get better perks if you pay money. At the end of the day, 2K is going to get their money, so it gives you two alternatives, two paths to success, and I don't see 2K changing this for the foreseeable future. It's a way for them to make money every single new Myteam season. And honestly, I don't really mind how it is constructed, so it's not too bad. It's not a bad idea. Overall, I don't think the season pass was a bad idea. So I do anticipate 2K keeping it for the foreseeable future. And I don't mind if they do. Now, the newest thing that they added this year, most notably, was the Myteam rep. Now, at the beginning of the year, I was top 3. I was in the top 10, and I was flying high, grinding so hard just to stay in that top 10. But eventually, you know, life catches up. You can't be on the game as much. And even worse than that, there was a botting infestation. Yes, there were bots taking over the top 10, and at that point I lost all motivation to grind, and the bots took over, and you know, you didn't know where you fared against them, you didn't know where you fared in the world, and my bar was barely moving, if moving at all. So I don't really know how this Myteam rep thing really worked in the grand scheme of things. It was a really cool concept, and the rewards weren't that bad either. You know, previously you would just get to level 40 and you were done, but this is like a long, over the whole year, over the course of the whole year kind of grind, and I'm all for grinding the game. So in that aspect, I really did like that they added this Myteam rep. I just feel like this could have been monitored better, and I would like to see, if they do bring this back next year, an overall leaderboard of where you stand in the world if you're not in the top 10, so you know if you have to grind a little more, or if you're so far behind that there's no need to grind. You won't be in the top 10 anytime soon. But yeah, the only people that know where they stand in the world are the top 10. I feel like we should know, if we're not in the top 10, how close we are to being in the top 10, if you feel what I'm saying. As you can see, less than 1% of people have even reached the diamond tier, and we're almost done with 2K25 in general. So yeah, this is definitely a very grindy experience, but I liked it because I'm a grinder. But again, some tweaks here and there would definitely benefit this new addition to the game. Even with, you know, collector level, if they wanted to add, as you reach a tier you get a certain player, like nowhere throughout these tiers do you get a player for reaching a certain rep. I feel like that would be a good incentive. The only time you get a player is at the end, which is GOAT Tatum. But they could really incorporate like a collector level sort of thing where if you get a rep, you get a player. That would be kind of cool. Other than that, I think that my team rep is pretty cool. Now, this is a big, big plus, and we are definitely going to give 2K their credit for this. Festivals and events and all that. Yes. At times, previously in 2Ks, you were done with a grind and there was nothing going on, so you just logged off the game. This year, they have been pretty good and pretty consistent in adding new events and reasons to log on and play. Now, it seems every week now, and it used to be every season, that they would introduce an event that would allow you to get good rewards in game as long as you played. And I feel like that is great. I feel like 2K should continue this throughout next year and 2Ks to come. Give the people something to grind for. Give the people a reason to play, and they'll keep playing your game. W for 2K for implementing events. Please keep them up. Now we're going to look at the featured modes. Now, Showdown, I have no problem with Showdown. I feel like these rewards are pretty good, pretty rewarding. As you can see, you get, boxes and packs and MT badges. So for anybody who's just trying to, get ahead, even at the beginning of the year, these were rewarding as well. So anybody trying to get ahead or just improve their team for being good at the game, they could do that. So yes, I do think that Showdown is a plus. A lot of people I see on Twitter and other platforms saying that they should bring back the 12-0. Yeah, it's okay. 12-0 system was alright, but I feel like it's outdated at this point because, again, after you get your 12 wins, you're pretty much done with Showdown. At least this, 120 wins, will let you play through the whole season, give you a reason to play, and keep playing. So, Showdown was a W. 2K, good job there. Breakout. Now, as the year progressed, the rewards for this mode definitely got better, but at the beginning, it was pretty much a very slow start. People were even confused how this mode even worked. It does incorporate triple threat. It does incorporate clutch time, and it does incorporate a full-time game mode in this little featured mode right here. You could play strictly triple threat, you could play strictly clutch time, or you could play strictly full lineup, or you could play strictly full lineup games if you choose as well. This is definitely the easiest mode. It's all offline, so offline warriors had their way with this mode. I would just say rewards, man. The rewards on this just were very lackluster in the beginning, and 2K should improve those right out the gate. But otherwise, mode was pretty decent. Triple Threat Park. Now this was a new addition in 2K25, and Triple Threat Park, man, what can I say about this? Well, we did previously in 2K24 have co-op where we were able to play with our friends with Myteam cards against others. And now they gave us a whole park, a whole different area to do so. The only problem was the Triple Threat Park was a lag fest. Every time you played a game, it's just lagging. It's very unplayable. It's very unenjoyable. 2K, can we please fix the lag? Please, 2K, just fix the servers. I feel like it's every year something with servers, but this year was definitely notable in the Triple Threat Park. I don't feel like I was lagging in any other modes, but this mode right here, I don't know. It was just lagging, man. We gotta fix the lag. I enjoyed how you could be one person to control all three players, or you could be on a team of three and play another team of three. But I would like to see next year if they could even add a ones court where you pick one Myteam player to go against a different Myteam player. That would be pretty cool. I feel like a lot of people dream of how Shaq would do against LeBron or LeBron against MJ. Well, now you could use one My Team card against another. That would be a huge W, and 2K should take notes on that. Also, for the Triple Threat Park, since we're sort of getting into the element of Park, which is a different scene in 2K as opposed to My Team, Park has an ante-up. Park has a stage. Basically what that is you put up a certain amount of VC and you play somebody. The winner receives that VC amount. So if My Team did something like a My Team Park ante-up sort of thing, people who are good at the game can actually make a lot of MT and improve their teams just for being good at the game. They would just put up their amount of MT against somebody else, and the winner would be distributed that amount of MT. So that's just food for thought, and I think 2K should consider that. King of the Court was another thing, keeps you on the game weekly. A weekend sort of event. Instead of limited, this is your reason to play on the weekends. And it was rewarding. It gives you some VC every week you would win. Even if you wouldn't win, you'd got decent little rewards, like 100 overall option packs. Right now, you would get, I mean, obviously not to this magnitude since we're at the end of the cycle of 2K, but I would say for anybody who's played King of the Court, they would be rewarded handsomely, and I think this is good to have as a weekend sort of go-to, as 2K definitely sees an influx of players on the weekends, and this is a reason for them to play. Now, salary cap, not new to 2K. The thing about salary cap is you would use cards that you wouldn't really use on your regular teams. Gives you a reason to use different tiers of cards, different cards in general. I just feel like salary cap games are a little too long. 2K, also the salary cap is way too low. Sometimes you can't even really make a squad. I don't know if that's just me, but I think salary cap needs minor tweaks, as this is probably my least enjoyable game mode in the game, but can be fixed with a few tweaks. Then you have domination, a staple of My Team. You see at the beginning we were grinding domination, and we did get some more domination games done throughout the year, but looks like they were releasing them every season, so that's a good pace. 2K definitely keep releasing dominations, as there's a lot of offline players who like to just play domination in other games. I would say that anybody who played domination as soon as they came out was pretty pleased with the cards they got and the other rewards along the way. As you can see, you would get MT or 99s, Invincibles, Opals. These are definitely the best tiers at that point in the game. You know, Amethyst, even Season 1 was very good. Diamond, all that, leading all the way up here to Invincible. 2K, yes, keep domination and keep it updated every season. Exhibitions are cool, as you would just throw your cards in here and they would make you passive MT. You know, you don't really have to do anything here. Just come back when your stuff is done and collect your MT. I don't mind this. This was definitely a gimmicky sort of thing, and I think it's better than like grading cards or stuff like that. I'm glad 2K got rid of that. You know, there's no reason to grade cards in the game. Doesn't really matter if you've a 10 out of 10 card. Nobody really cares, you know, and 2K's figured that out. The next thing that's going to go, in my opinion, and should go, is holos. They don't really add any value to the card, and nobody really cares about holos. So if you're going to keep one out of the three gimmicky things, I guess exhibitions are fine. Exchanges, pretty cool, but at the beginning of the year, they weren't really updated as much. I would like to see more updates in the exchange, as later in the year it became more and more prevalent. But 2K, let's add some more stuff to the exchange. A lot of people pull unauctionable cards and they want to trade them in. That's another problem. We got to get rid of unauctionable cards. If you're listening at this point in the video, like the video if you do not want unauctionable cards to return in 2K26. That is one of the biggest downfalls, is unauctionable cards, man. We want to be able to sell anything we pull. We want to be able to sell it for its adequate value, not 1,000 MT, 2,000 MT. We play the game for a reward. If you grant us the same reward that we already have, at least allow us to, profit from that. At least allow us to make as much MT as possible and not penalize for that. Locker codes. We need more locker codes. Locker codes are a staple in 2K Myteam. We need one at least every single promo, and that's the bare minimum. It doesn't cost 2K any money to drop locker codes. So 2K, please be more consistent with the locker codes as you once were. That would definitely improve the mode, as they were slacking in locker codes this year. Next, we're going to go to the pack market. As you can see, there are a lot of packs, and 2K will not slow down on packs for sure when 2K26 comes around. But one thing I do hope to see in 2K26 is more MT boxes, as people do not want to spend all their money on 2K, man. I know 2K wants to make money, and this mode screams money, money, money all over it. But at the end of the day, we want to be able to access good stuff without spending our real money. We're spending our time at the end of the day, and that's more valuable than money. So 2K, just give us alternatives. Give us ways to buy boxes with MT so that we can spend the currency that we make in your game on packs to pull the best things. The problem with hiding stuff behind paywalls is, if you look up cards like Yao Ming, 11 million MT, who really has that? These cards are unattainable to the masses, and that's why people are wishing that the player market comes back, so that everyone has a fair chance of getting cards. I do not want the player market back by any means, but please 2K, make these cards more accessible and more affordable, as this is ridiculous. And last but not least, the elephant in the room, the auction house. Yes, the auction house. There wasn't really a problem, in my opinion, with the auction house. There definitely wasn't a problem on this screen in particular. But as soon as you buy a card, it'll go to your outcomes and it'll be pending. Sometimes pending for 5 minutes, sometimes pending for 10, sometimes pending a half an hour, even times pending a whole hour, waiting for 2K to process your transaction. 2K, if I buy a card, I want it now. Alright? I don't want it in an hour's time. I might not even be on the game. You have to fix this escrow system. If you want to confirm if a transaction is legit, at least do it within like a minute or two. Do not make people wait half an hour, an hour for their card. That is ridiculous. The escrow has to go, and that was the biggest thumbs down of 2K25 in my opinion, the escrow system. 2K, please fix that. So overall though, the game, again, not that bad. I actually would say this game was rather decent, rather good. I definitely pointed out the parts that I liked, and I pointed out the parts that I didn't like, with some suggestions for 2K26. But overall, over the past 3 years, I believe this 2K was better than 2K24 for sure, and better than 2K23. So in the past 3 years, 2K25 takes the cake. And my official rating for 2K25 Myteam, drum roll please, an 82 out of 100, which is a B-, which on average is a good game. I'm going to give this game a passable grade. I don't know why people were hating so much. I was able to play this game the whole year as opposed to other games where I haven't been able to play the whole year, like 2K18 and 2K24. But overall, this game was decent. I give it a B-. I give it an 82. Alright, comment down below what you would rate this game out of 100 and your grade overall. I'm excited for 2K26. I'm already going to pre-order it. And I look forward to making content in 2K26. So if you guys are excited to see my content for the year to come, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and turn notifications on, as we are going to be posting daily and even multiple times a day. Thank y'all for watching the whole vid. Love y'all, and I'ma see y'all, man. Peace.